You were in silence, phone in your hand. The conversation ended cold. Again. You said you're fine. You always say that. You breathe deeply and hold it in. No one knows. No one imagines. You were too strong to cry. Since you were little, you learned early being strong means surviving. Being strong means not needing. But what no one told you is that constant strength isolates, that armor pushes people away, that independence can hurt. You are not alone because you are weak. You are alone because you never let anyone see you weak. And the question you avoid is this: who taught you that feeling is dangerous? You weren't born this way. You became this way. It was a slow construction, silent, painful. You watched the world and learned a rule: feeling exposes you. At some point in childhood, you noticed something essential. When you cried, not always someone came. When you needed, not always someone stayed. So your body understood depending is risky. You began adjusting, speaking less, asking less, expecting less, not out of pride, but survival. It felt safer. It felt controllable. You developed emotional efficiency. You solve alone. You decide alone. You endure alone. People admire you. Compliments come easily. You're so strong, but no one asks how you really are. This has a name. It's not coldness. It's not hardness. It's not superiority. It's emotional self-protection, an internal defense system created to avoid pain, maintained by fear. Brené Brown explains something powerful. Connection requires vulnerability. Without vulnerability, there is no intimacy. Without intimacy, there is no real bond. But vulnerability awakens old memories, memories of rejection, memories of abandonment, memories of silence. So your mind creates a solution. Be strong all the time. Be independent all the time. Be self-sufficient all the time. Then no one hurts you. Then no one disappoints you. Then no one leaves you. At least that's the illusion. Your strength becomes armor. Your competence becomes a wall. Your control becomes protection, but also distance. People admire you, but they don't cross into you. They see stability, but no loneliness. You want love, but you don't want to need. You want partnership, but you don't want to depend. You want someone strong, yet never show your weakness. And without noticing, you become unreachable. And this is where the truth becomes uncomfortable. Maybe loneliness isn't lack of love. Maybe it's excess defense. Maybe no one walked away. Maybe no one could enter because you never opened. And the question lingers in the air: who would you be without this armor? If you're recognizing yourself in these words, this is not a coincidence. Maybe this is the first place where your pain is being understood without judgment. Click the button right now and subscribe, because here you won't get empty advice. You'll receive clarity, awareness, and direction. And if you've been strong for far too long, maybe it's time to learn how to live whole. You say you want someone present, but you feel drawn to someone distant. You say you want security, but choose those who don't stay. You call it coincidence, but your body calls it familiar. And that's where the cycle begins, silently. You're attracted to people who are too strong, too independent, too emotionally closed, because it looks stable, it looks mature, it looks controlled. But in truth, it's unconscious recognition. Your emotional system seeks what it knows, not what is healthy, but what is familiar. Even if it hurts, even if it lacks, even if you suffer, there's something there your heart understands, even when your mind disagrees. You learned early that love requires effort, that closeness requires proof, that affection must be earned. So you try harder, give more, understand more, tolerate more. When the other pulls away, you don't leave, you try more, explain better, forgive quickly, justify behaviors, minimize your pain, increase your devotion. You call it maturity, but it's fear. Fear of losing, fear of not being enough, fear of confirming old wounds. So you stay, even exhausted, even empty. And when it finally ends, you say it was bad luck, that you chose wrong again, that you must be even stronger. So you harden a little more, close a little more, control a little more, and the cycle restarts. You don't realize you're trying to win an old story, trying to prove it will work this time, trying to heal the past through the present, trying to be chosen now. But love is not a repair field, and relationship is not an emotional courtroom. It is encounter. Here, you see something difficult. This didn't start in your last relationship. It didn't start with the last ignored message. It didn't start with the last disappointment. It began when you chose to survive alone, when you confused strength with safety, when you believed needing was dangerous, and that changes everything. Because if the pattern was learned, it can be unlearned. If the armor was built, it can be removed. If the loneliness was repeated, it can be interrupted. But this requires courage, the courage to feel. You wake up tired, even after sleeping. It's not your body, it's your soul. You hold everything together, fix everything, organize everything, and no one holds you. You became the safe place for friends, for family, for partners. You listen, advise, support, but never collapse. When you feel like crying, you swallow it. When you want to complain, you rationalize. When you need comfort, you distract yourself. You train yourself not to need. And this has a cost: silent exhaustion, constant emptiness, subtle self-abandonment. You prioritize yourself last. You hear yourself last. You choose yourself last. Almost never. Loneliness starts changing shape. It's no longer lack of people, it's lack of depth. You are surrounded, but not seen. You're admired, but not known. And that hurts differently. You start asking, why does no one understand me? But the truth is uncomfortable. You never showed, never opened, never revealed. You taught the world to deal with your strength. And when someone tries to get close, you test, observe, control, analyze every gesture, every word, every silence, so you'll not be surprised. You protect yourself so much that you block love from entering. You anticipate so much that you block spontaneity. You prepare so much that you remove risk, but you also remove encounter. And this is where it hurts, but clarifies. Because now you see, loving more doesn't fix it. Pleasing more doesn't fix it. Shutting down doesn't fix it. Being even stronger doesn't fix it. None of that breaks the pattern. It only thickens the armor and prolongs the loneliness. The false solution always sounds logical. If I'm perfect, they'll stay. If I don't need, they won't hurt me. If I control, I won't suffer. But love is not born from control, nor performance, nor extreme self-sufficiency. It is born from truth. And the truth is this: you don't need to be less strong. You need to be more whole. You need to integrate vulnerability. You need to allow yourself to be seen, even afraid, even shaking, because that's where healing begins. You don't break this pattern by understanding alone. You break it by living differently. Awareness is the beginning, practice is transformation, and healing starts small, almost invisible, but deeply real, today. The first action is simple. Start naming what you feel without over-explaining, without over-justifying, without softening it. If you're sad, say it. If you're tired, say it. If you need something, say it. Vulnerability is not loss of control. It is honest communication. According to Brené Brown, connection is born when someone is seen. But to be seen, you must show yourself. Not perfect, but real. Begin in safe spaces, a trusted friend, a mature family member, a therapist, someone who knows to listen without competing, without correcting, without minimizing. When you feel the urge to handle everything alone, pause, breathe, ask yourself, do I really have to do this alone, or is this an old reflex? Not all strength is necessary. Sometimes it's automatic. The second action is practical. Learn to ask for small help, not something huge.